What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be unboxing and setting up the 8-foot Wyvern from Home Depot that just came out here for the 2025 season. Let's not waste any time. Let's get after it. We've got this giant base labeled A, the left and the right foot labeled B and C, the left and the right leg poles labeled D and E, the left and the right leg labeled F and G, the neck labeled I, the body labeled H, the neck labeled I, the head labeled J, tail segment 1 labeled K, tail segment 2 labeled L, tail segment 3 labeled M, the left wing labeled N, the right wing labeled O, the left and the right talon labeled P and Q. Then we've got 6 different body caps that are labeled R through W. They're in this little baggie right here. A loop screw labeled X, a tether cable labeled Y, 4 base extensions labeled Z, a small parts bag labeled Z1, 4 stakes labeled Z2, and finally the adapter labeled Z3. So now that we got all the parts and pieces out of the box, let's get to putting this guy together. So we're gonna start off with this giant base labeled A. Then we're gonna take the 2 feet labeled B and C, and what we're gonna do, you can see there's these 2 poles right here, and you're just gonna kind of slide these over those 2 poles. You can kind of see that there's a hole right here. So the pole's gonna kind of come out then through over here. Plane. Now we've got the left and the right legs. What you're gonna do is you're gonna slide this section down each of these feet, and you can see right here, there's a little hole where we've got this little, small parts bag that has a couple of wing nuts. What you're gonna do, once you've secured this onto the pole that's coming out in the foot, you're gonna take one of these wing nuts and you're gonna secure these 2 together. Now we're gonna take the right and the left leg labeled G and F. We're just gonna kind of slide them down each of those poles right there. Now we're gonna take this big old body labeled H, and if you look inside here, you have 3 poles. So you got 1, 2, 3, and this one in the middle is gonna be for the tail. The other 2 are gonna click lock right here where the legs are coming out. All right, so now we've got the head and the neck, and what we're gonna do is you can kind of see there's this like kind of rubbery area here, and then there's these kind of hooks that hang down, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of go and we're gonna drop those hooks into this area right here where there's these 2 holes. And then we're also, you can see that there's some wires, we're gonna wanna hook those up, and then we're gonna, at some point we're gonna put this whole thing together, but we're gonna put this here before we put this onto the body. Puff the magic dragon lives by the sea. Now we're gonna take this head and we're gonna click lock the pole that's coming out of the neck to the body. There's also 3 cords that are coming out of the neck and the body, and you're gonna plug those together now. Now we're gonna take the larger tail section labeled K, and we're gonna just click lock this right behind the dragon. Now we're gonna take the middle tail section, and if you look, you can kind of see here, we're basically just gonna kind of put that into that other section and twist. And then we're gonna do the same thing with the last tail section. We're just gonna kind of put that on there and twist. Now we're gonna take each of these wings and we're just gonna snap lock. There's a pole in here. We're gonna snap lock the pole that's in the wing to the body. And we're gonna do that for each side. So I probably should have done the talons before I put them up, but I might be able to reach. So I would advise to put the talons on before you put each of these wings on. Now we've got 6 of these body caps that are gonna go in the back where there's big holes that you were able to, kind of reach in and help click lock. We're gonna go fill those up with each of these right now. Now we're gonna take the 4 base extenders and we're gonna just click lock each one in each corner of the base, just for stability. All right, so I missed a step. So we're gonna take this loop screw, and in the back, there's a hole that you're gonna go and you're just gonna basically screw this into. Then you've got this tether, and you're gonna kind of put this tether through this loop screw, and then you're gonna run each side down, and there's a hook on either side of the base, and that's gonna be used just to kind of keep this guy a little more stable. I think that pretty much has us done. So let's get the adapter out. Let's plug them in, check them out. So this guy just came out here for the 2025 season here at Home Depot. He's 8 foot tall. He was made by SVI, and his initial price was $399, which I think is a lot for an animatronic, especially, you know, one like this. I can see certain things like the pirate ship or the hearse where, you know, that price can be justifiable. I'm not sure if I can justify that yet. We'll see here in a minute when I plug them in. But if you do need the box dimensions, check below in the video description. I've put those there because the box that this guy came in is huge. So if you want to know if he's going to fit in your vehicle, check out those box dimensions. So let's turn him on, see what he does. So I'm gonna be honest, I can't get this guy to work. He doesn't want to work. Well, that's a huge bummer. This guy doesn't want to work. That's very disappointing. I can't get the sensor to work. I've got them all, everything's plugged in. I know I plugged every single thing in, and it doesn't seem to want to work correctly. Because he's kind of cool looking. I guess let's get a little closer, see how he looks at least. I gotta be honest, the head is the best part of this whole animatronic. The head has some of the best details I think I've seen on any dragon type animatronic. I wish that it actually worked. I mean, it's really, really good detail with that. As far as everything else goes, I'm not super impressed for the $400 price. Absolutely not. A lot of the parts won't even stay together, like the leg. Like this won't even like go all the way together. That's supposed to be further in, but there's this big gap on that leg. Same thing, you can kind of see it over here where it's not like that. Well, I guess it's not great here either. But, you know, if you look, here's where some of those caps were that I was talking about earlier. You can kind of see that's 4 of them. And then there's 2 caps. There's one there and one there on the feet. He supposedly has some different modes where you can put them in as different like colors. So you look back here and you know, you can see where it says mode, and then over here you can have them either as lights only, you can have them with the sensor, or you can turn them off or have it with a step pad. I also didn't love how like the neck was kind of open like that. That's not like great. This here, oh geez, those geese scared the crap out of me. Whoops. This material, I feel like it's a little flimsy. Like that isn't the greatest material. And then over here on the neck, like you've got this like rubber piece that it looks like it wants to like come around or something, but you can't. No matter what you do, you can't get it to go. It's just not, I don't know, it's just not made right. Something's going on with this, and I don't quite understand it. The lights, actually, now that I'm looking at it, the lights are on. So I wonder if, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, because the lights seem to be on. It seems to be purple now, but it's kind of still light outside. So I wonder if I hit mode, if it'll do a different color or something. Nope, still purple. Okay, well, I don't know. Overall, I would absolutely not pay $399 for this. This guy doesn't seem to want to work, so Unfortunately, it looks like he's going to get returned this year. But, you know, if you did buy him, let me know your thoughts. You know, did anybody else have an issue like this where they couldn't get him to work? What are your thoughts as far as like the quality? Like, even look at this, like the arm looks like it wants to, like, it won't like snap in right. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. The quality isn't as good as I would hope for a $400 animatronic, but let me know your thoughts. All right, so I think I figured out what the problem is. So you almost have to like unplug him, plug him back in. See how he's now green? He keeps getting caught right there. So like you can change his color so he's green, and then if you go back here where it says mode right here, you can change him to different color. Oh, now he doesn't want to go. Let me see if I can, there. So watch this. This is what keeps happening. He keeps getting stuck right here. Right now he's green, okay? If I hit mode, you can turn him to blue, red, green, or maybe that's purple, but it kind of looks bluish from here. And it goes all the way up his neck. His eyes turn that same color. So let's change that color to red because it's a little bit easier to see. You can kind of see how his eyes are red, his neck, his chest. I had to take his arms off and his wings or whatever to like kind of get a look at what was going on. But if I do this, watch. Let's put him on sensor. Let's go get the sensor. Let's turn the sensor on. If it'll go, there he goes. And as soon as he starts putting his neck down, he gets caught here. So you almost gotta like, but he'll get stuck again. So now watch if I try it again. Come on, there we go. Watch. Gets stuck right here, and then it like shorts him out. Well, that's a huge bummer. If anybody else is seeing this going on with their Wyvern, let me know if this is like a known issue. Like, what other issues are you having? Because that's a huge bummer. That's not even like something I don't think you could really fix. Like, I don't know if you'd have to almost like shave this off, or like I don't know. It doesn't seem to like fit it appropriately. So let me know your thoughts on that. So there you have it, the 8-foot Wyvern, fully unboxed and assembled. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Also, if there's any animatronics that you'd like to see me do a video for, throw it out there in the comments. I'll see what I can do. Till next time, happy haunting. Cheers.